I recently lost several organs in a surgery to remove endometriosis from my body. If you think you might have endometriosis, one of the most important things that you could do is not only to track your symptoms, but to track them during different parts of your cycle. This is how mine presented. All month long, I would have major fatigue and major bloating in my lower abdomen. My period was not the worst part of my cycle at all. I would have pretty heavy bleeding on days 1 or 2, but my period would only last about 3 or 4 days and would actually bring me a lot of relief from my pain. I would be pretty bloated during this phase and pretty constipated. Right after my period would be pretty mild. I would still have pain, still have bloating, but this was the least painful part of my cycle. From about 4 or 5 days before I ovulated to 4 or 5 days after I ovulated, this was a living hell. The pain during this period was absolutely unbearable. Mostly it was within my ovaries and the area surrounding them, which would swell me up, and that pain would be like hot burning and move all the way down my legs. During this phase, I would have major urination problems. It would really hurt if my bladder was full. I would sit on the toilet. It would be really, really hard to pee. And when I finally did get a stream going, it would hurt really bad in whatever ovary I was ovulating out of. This phase brought me major nausea and a keen sense of smell that I called super smell. It also brought me diarrhea, which was actually a relief after the weeks of constipation I'd had before. Next came my luteal phase, which was a very painful phase. This was when the bloating was the worst, and I would have a really deep pain in the area of my uterus, which it turned out I had adenomyosis, and my uterus was fused to my bladder and my rectum with endometriosis. During this phase, sometimes my boobs would hurt the entire time, sometimes they wouldn't at all. This phase lasted 2 or 3 weeks for me. I found out during my last surgery that my cervix was pretty clogged up with endometriosis, so my theory is that the blood was kind of just sitting inside my uterus trying to get out, and eventually it would all just kind of bleh. And that's why the first day of my period would be like so intense. Bringing this information to my doctor and explaining how the different symptoms I had changed with each of the phases of my cycle was really helpful with ruling out IBS and other issues that kind of look like endometriosis. I hope this helps in your journey to diagnosis.